Hey, my name is Camille. I'm a musician in the Boukje project. So I'm a migrant myself, and all the poems and art pieces that are included in Boukje are very relatable to me because many of the experiences are very similar to many people, including all the hardships of not feeling at home and being away from our family, being disconnected from our culture. And it's something that, yeah, that really touches me. And I think touches most people who had to migrate to Australia or anywhere in the world. So Boukje is a play that combines different kind of art forms, including poetry, dance, and music and songs. And most of these pieces and poems are written by people who are reading them in the play, which makes it very personal. And the experience itself is very touching and very relatable to many people from different backgrounds who had to migrate, or even people who had parents who had to migrate. First of all, music is deeply rooted to tradition, and by performing those songs we're playing, it's a way of reminiscing on like our roots and our tradition. And other than that, it does, like traditionally, for example, in Arabic music, music accompanies poetry. So it's a way to emphasize the emotional, the emotions that come out from this poem. It's a way to kind of help the spectator use more of their senses, to be more immersed in the whole poem or in the whole performance. I grew up in Lebanon, and the instruments I play are the traditional, like the classical Arabic instruments. The reason why I got interested in those instruments in particular is to strengthen my ties to my culture and strengthen like the culture itself. Of course, music is universal, but I do think it's important to relate to our own music and know what our music is. Other than the music, I think like the whole Boukje experience would be interesting for non-migrant people in the way that it will help them understand better our experiences. Some poems focus on the small details, like what it is for some people to see light-haired people for the first time. I mean, it will give some people an idea of what Middle Eastern music can be and the beauty of it as well, and the different effect it can have on emotions by using all those scales we use and different emotional aspects that are not necessarily present in Western music, for example. At least like first time we had the full run of the Boukje play, I felt really emotional and really, I had a strong feeling and a very good feeling of, like I felt that the issues that I sometimes face are relatable with many different people, and that was something very reconforting. Sometimes we feel we're alone, like loneliness is a common feeling migrants have in terms of friends, family, like we're far from our friends, from our family, and even from our habits and different routines that we used to have. Having many people around us that are talking about it is really empowering in a way, and it makes us feel more confident that we're not in this alone. There are some people who didn't have the choice. They had to leave their country for various reasons, whether it's political, cultural, or economic. It helps us like relate more to people who went through those things. In Australia, we take everything for granted sometimes. We struggle to sympathize with those stories, and I think, like what's nice about Boukje, it makes it as personal as it can be and as relatable as it can be.